Perfection.
You're late.
Perfection.
You're late.
You wanna sneak into my work, steal a dolly so you can use all weekend, and you're gonna insult me.
Yeah.
Now, how does that make a lick of daggone sense?
It ain't gotta make no sense.
Y'all see what I deal with.
All right.
And that's just what y'all see here.
So
Mama.
I knows that you so want to make fun of me in the vet.
No, it's not the vet I want to make fun of.
Okay.
I'm waiting for at least 4 more people to say hi first. We need at least one more member. Because one, you owe an apology to the members.
What?
One, you went to a car dealership and didn't call me.
Okay.
Because
You were at work.
you went on Saturday.
No, I did not.
Okay, then yeah, I was at work. Because the
I
members.
did it on Friday.
That's right. Because the members should have seen your face when they pulled up a hybrid. Because I didn't get to see your face, so I'm offended. So I know our members, I'm speaking on behalf of the members who are offended because they did not get to see your face when you told that guy, hell no, I ain't driving no hybrid.
I told him to take his piece of shit back. Heck yeah.
There, I have spoken on behalf of Mary, who is a member. Hello, Rita.
I was walking to the vehicle.
Would that not have been an epic members video?
It would have been.
But I am going to get your face reaction because we're going to sneak you into the new office that you ain't seen yet.
Okay.
You drove by it, you ain't seen it.
I mean, I ain't drawn by it because I don't know what building it is.
It's the new one.
I don't pay no attention to LMU. Oops.
Cut.
Forget that.
Nothing was ever said.
Rewind. Okay.
You mean FedEx?
FedEx. That's right.
Or UPS?
UPS.
Amazon.
Amazon.
One of those 4 is true.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Okay.
So, no, what I was saying was I was walking and I was about 12 feet away and I seen a hybrid. I stopped. And I'm thinking to myself, this dude's fixing to blow a sail.
And this guy has known you for how long?
I probably, I wouldn't say no. It wasn't like we were best buds, but we drank a few beers together. About 5 years or so.
And he pulls up a hybrid.
And he pulls up in a hybrid. Knowing, because he was there the day I bought the Shelby. Knowing I like the sound of a car motor.
Well, he was probably thinking it was a counterbalance. You know, you have your environmental killer, and then you have your environmental saver.
Yeah, that don't work with me, as you well know. All right. And so, yes, that would have been a funny moment for y'all. It would have been a very funny moment. But I got almost all the way through the deal. And then went outside. And one of the salesmen was like, dude, let me see all your tattoos. So I was showing them all off.
Scrawny arms.
And so we were talking about tattoos for a minute. And then, just out of curiosity, I asked how much the show off vet, was going for.
You didn't ask about the Gladiator. You
No.
didn't ask about the Wrangler. You
Heck
ain't
no.
gonna do nothing to help your bro. That's fine.
The last thought in the world I had was about a Jeep Wrangler.
Says the guy who was in the process of buying a Jeep Compass.
I'm talking about Jeep. I didn't think about that. Anyhow. So he said $100,000, which I was pretty much expecting. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Because I was just focused on being a good old boy, right? And then he said, "But we've got another one out there." And I said, "Oh, yeah? What? And how much?" And he's like, "This is 95, $7,000. I'm like, "Say what?" I said, "Say that again. Who's calling CJ in the middle of two bros?"
I guess the spam callers finally got their cell phone service back.
Oh. Uh, and so I'm like, wait a minute. I can pay cash for that son of a gun.
Oh, even worse was a congressman.
Because I knew if I were to set payments on it, my wife would kill me. Now, I could just go ahead and pay cash, be done with it, not picking up any payments. We're good. Which we weren't good, but
On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being steam coming out the ears, how close to 100 was she on the math scale?
frying pan.
Outside on the sidewalk right now? This 90-degree weather needs to die.
It took a minute. But the Corvette is so much better, Peggy. And I've driven the Corvette more than I've driven the Compass.
But you said you needed a vehicle to drive in the winter, and that Jeep was going to do you just fine.
Hello, newsflash. It ain't winter.
But it's coming, and you'll be ready for once. And that's how I know we're going to have a mild winter this year, because you're finally ready for a winter.
Right.
And since we've been friends, we ain't had a mild winter.
True. So,
Hello, Peggy.
all right.
Now, if everyone looked at the thumbnail and tried to do their homework, they're probably going.
Yes, I put.
But if you read the notes, then
I put 17 instead of 7.
So everyone get your robe on and your gavel and be ready to judge.
All right.
Because I'm judging your thumbnail, and normally you're spot on, but this one was a miss.
You want to hear another one, though?
Sure.
Underneath where I posted about the Jeep and the Corvette, I had a comment. Pseudo Christian bullcrap is what the dude called it. Because I thank God and I treated it as a gift from God, which it is. Who in the world would ever mistake me for a religious person and that puts on fake airs? Hello? Obviously, this dude does not know me. How many Christians? Well, I ain't even gonna go there.
Here's one. Did you really need 2 vehicles, Tony?
Oh, I answered him pretty good. And then this other one accused me of being Catholic. So he obviously don't know me. What a right. And so tonight's topic kind of plays right along into that. You reading it?
Yeah, I was reading the one about the hybrid.
Linda, no hybrids. Not happening. You can love them all you want. No, thank you. All right.
Team.
Okay. You want to do some reading? Or you make me do reading?
He must have took it down because it ain't there. Oh, wait, unless it's over here. No?
It was one of the last ones. Just scroll all the way down. Am I taking it down?
Must have took it down.
Mhm.
All right.
You want to do some reading?
I got the reading.
All right, go 1 through 4.
Well, the highlighted number one verse that I've heard my whole life incorrectly used. Matthew 7:1, not 17, 7. You know you're going to hear that the whole time, right?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
Number 1, judge not that ye be not judged. Hear it all the time. Only God can judge me. Verse number 2, for with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. Number 3. This must be private then. Number 3. And while beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, be considerate not the beam that is thine own eye. And verse number 4. Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thy own eye.
You always pull up the King James ones.
If we're gonna do it, we gotta do it by King James. Because
Okay.
everyone that overuses it or incorrectly uses it uses King James. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I've known plenty of people use other versions and still get it wrong. All right. So, with this verse, the way it's misused both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is misused to silence people.
Yep.
You know, pastors will use it. Don't you be judging me and shut them up. Religious people will use it that way as well. All right. That's the most common way I've heard it used. Correct?
And I've also heard it where like people just use it as an excuse to do whatever they want.
But here's the thing, and this is something people need to understand. And that is, if so, those people, they're not seeking God, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The Holy Spirit will reach them. That's the Holy Spirit's responsibility.
Yep.
Okay. I just want to handle that little part. Now, go ahead and read the Luke. The Dookie Lukey. Because it's really the same thing, but go ahead.
That was what Luke.
I got Luke 6:37 through 42.
I thought it was John 7:24.
Okay. I mean, it's in a couple of them.
$7.24 is, yeah. Judge not according to the appearance, but this is the one they use as an excuse, but judge righteous judgment. I've heard so many people, especially a certain heavier denomination of this area,
Southern Baptist?
Yep, pretty much. Where they flat out say when they judge, they do it the righteous judgment way, so it's okay. Because of that right there.
All right, keep reading.
You want to do the one before it or after?
After. You don't never just stop and use one verse. That's so churchy of you.
I didn't know if you want to go before it or after. That's why I wanted to make sure before I started reading. But 25 goes with, then said some of them, Jerusalem is not this he whom they seek to kill. Or do you want me to read the Luke version? Since that's what you got wrote down.
Read the Lukey Dookie version.
All right, let's go to Luke.
Luke Duke. And the General Lee.
6. Luke 6:37. Judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned. Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven. 38. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, and shake it together, and running over. Shall men give into your bosom? For with the same measure that ye mete, withal it shall be measured to you again.
For the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. The ye is me. All right. So let's get into this. It's really very simple and it really explains itself without your religious nonsense thinking. Okay? And that is number one, let's get this straight. This is not talking about you judging Joe Smo that you've seen at church one time, and so now you're going to judge him. And you're going to see him out in the mall doing some walk up, rah, 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 and throw a bunch of Bible verses at him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We're not talking about, and this is my problem with Christians, you have no right, if they're not in your circle of friends and not even an acquaintance, and you have nothing to do with the person whatsoever, to judge that person's actions. Absolutely no right whatsoever. You see a dude on the road with tattoos, you got no right whatsoever to call him a heathen because he's got tattoos. So let's talk about that first. You got no right to talk about, who is that? Who's somebody to talk a lot about? Ozzy Osbourne. All right? He calls himself the Prince of Darkness, and he's so evil. You don't know the man. Keep your nose out of his life. This is about people that you know, that you have interaction with. All right? Now, in dealing with them, how are you supposed to judge them? Well, guess what? It explains right there. You would judge them as you would judge yourself. If you want to be harsh with them, then that same thing is going to be measured out to you. Here's how. We're all intertwined.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know y'all don't truly believe this, but that's the truth. We came from the same Abba Father.
Let's go and hurt some feelings. Baptists and Catholics are intertwined. Believe it or not.
No, all Protestant denominations are intertwined because they all come from the Catholics. But yet, the Catholic,
That's 38
the-
emails.
the Southern Baptists will be the first ones. Oh, they're sinners. They're going to hell, every one of them. Y'all came from the Catholics, and y'all keep half of their darn ceremonies. Okay? So I don't even want to hear that crap. There's so much Catherine stuff in your doctrine, it ain't even funny. All right. I will never understand that. Y'all come from the Catholics, but you hate them. Many of your beliefs are the very same as Catholics. Your actions are the very same as Catholics. The only difference is you don't gosh darn do the 10 Hail Marys and 100 Our Father thing. All right.
Confession in the back room, yeah.
But y'all act the same way, rude and crude and lewd. And you hate everybody but yourselves. So I want to hear it. All right. Be nice, Tony.
See, I knew this would be a good talk just to be able to say one thing and poke the bear. Any direction this is going to go. Poke.
Okay. I don't even know how to pronounce the first name, so we go with Grace. Hello, Grace. All right.
And Rosie.
And Rosie. All right. So number one, for you religious people out there, you ain't got no right to criticize somebody outside your sphere of influence, your circle of friends. Y'all ain't got absolutely zero right. You are not God's police force. No matter what you mistakenly believe. And for the preachers that get out there on the church corner, there's a special song I got for them that's called The Pagans Went Down to Texas. Because it hits them on the head with an arrow. Pagans went down to Texas. They were looking for a soul to soothe.
Anyway.
Look it up. Look it up. Because it rings so much truth in that sucker. It's awesome. Plus, it's got a catchy tune, too. All right. But you're just blowing words into the air. You're doing nothing. All right.
That's even if they talk instead of just handing you something, interrupting your lunch at Taco Bell, just handing you something and run away before you can even say, what the crap, dude?
They better run for me.
He's lucky he didn't lose a finger reaching into my eating zone.
Oh.
You've seen me eat.
So let's get that clear. You're not God's police force. Okay? Stay out of other people's business. To those that you have interaction with, it's very simple. This is a call to judge righteously, not the fake way, like CJ said, the Southern Baptist way is not judging righteously. Judging righteously, you're not judging by their clothes. You're not judging by their looks, any part of their looks. Okay? That's none of your business. Whether they've got 100,000 tattoos. All right? whether they got earrings, piercings. This has nothing to do with judging from the outside at all. It's none of your business. If that person wants to have 100 earrings in their nose and 200 and want their face tattooed, it ain't none of your business. This has got nothing to do with about appearance whatsoever. Did I make that perfectly clear yet? Or do I need to put it in a Tonyism?
I think you did, bro.
Okay, Peggy. We're not talking about that situation because number one, in that type of situation, I expect you to run the heck away.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna have time to judge somebody. Get to safety, woman. Go ahead and do that again. Because I was joking. If you see someone robbing the bank, you ain't got time to judge anyone. Get on the phone, call 911, get yourself to safety.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's obviously wrong, and I don't care. That's not what we're talking about here. That is obviously wrong. Call the cops and get his butt put in jail. All right.
The more specific of what we were reaching for at night is people who would just walk through the mall and judge a guy because he's got blue hair and tattoos, or a guy
You're judging by how they look. That's what this verse is dealing with and saying, one, you don't judge by how they look. Okay? That's what this verse is talking about. Evil is evil, and y'all know evil actions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? What I'm talking about, and what this scripture is talking about, is to judge things righteous. We have to make judgments, yes. For instance, do I want to hang around a person that is married and cheating on their wife? No, I do not want to hang around someone like that.
Do I want to hang around my friends who work at a restaurant and give me discounts? Yes, absolutely. They are awesome.
But and it's not about judging by their looks.
Do I want to hang around my coworkers after work? No.
You've been around 100 hours already. Where's that at? Uh, so, modern Christianity, this is what they do. They use these verses, right, to twist Jesus' word to avoid truth, silence confrontation,
Mm-hmm.
and protect appearances. In other words, you're trying to act holy, and so you're putting somebody else down. Okay. It's all, as we stated to begin with, Peggy, neither one of us is on the side, you don't judge. That's not what this verse is saying. It's saying, one, you don't judge based on their appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, when you have to make a judgment, you are doing it righteously. You're doing it as if you are judging yourself. Okay? And it's not in a condemning manner, but in a loving manner. 9 out of 10 times, when they are using this verse to judge harshly, number one, they're talking about appearances or things that are appearances. Because years ago, I was at a bar, I was eating lunch, and yes, I was drinking a beer. This dude comes in, opens the door, looks at me, and I had no idea who he was. I didn't know him from Adam. And I was about done. So anyhow, I was there eating lunch, having a beer with the lunch. He pokes his head in and then closes the door, doesn't come in. I'm there, I finish up my food, and I go outside. Well, it turns out he was a pastor of who? Church of God. And what does he do? Judging away at me. Threatens me. Said, I'm what caught a cop. You were in there drinking, and now you're going to go and drive. And I said, it's none of your business. Why do you think people hate those who call themselves Christians over nonsense like that? Okay? And so, anyhow, that dude had no right whatsoever to even talk to me. And you know, he purposely was waiting for me to come out.
To be fair, you are the one that sticks out in the room the most.
Me? How? How do I stick out?
Yeah, it's just natural with you, bro.
Who was it? I don't remember now. But anyhow, we're not supposed to go around judging people.
No.
And now, if you see somebody that's obviously drunk and should not be driving, then
Stop them.
In a nice way, by all means.
Well, when I hear righteous judgment, you're early, like right when we first started, one of the first topics we ever covered, was talking about that group of inner circle people. But then, like, there are people that you just can't let in your inner circle. You still be nice to them and friendly with them, whatever, but they're just not in your inner circle. That's a righteous judgment call. So, like, who to let in your inner circle versus who not to let in your inner circle.
Who do you keep at arm's length?
Yes.
And those are things that's perfectly okay. But what we're talking about, what this scripture's talking about, you got no right to judge somebody who's walking down the street because they're smoking a cigarette. You got no right to judge somebody walking down the side street because they're closed, because they got earrings, because their lips is large or whatever.
You got no right to judge someone wearing a sleeveless shirt, tattoos exposed, and just assuming that you got handed this little note card telling about Jesus on a Sunday.
Absolutely.
And just assuming he ain't been in church or whatever.
You are not God's police force. You are not. Okay?
All right. Eric's writing a book. Let's get this caught up. You will never be criticized by someone doing more than you will be criticized by someone doing
That's true.
less. Judgment is often
internal, and
criticism
criticism is external.
There you go. Telling a drunk or someone in sin, telling them off, that don't work or help. They already know they're doing wrong. That is probably why they're getting drunk. They feel bad.
All right, good points, Eric. So the Western Church focuses on the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I went to a church one time who were criticizing people with beards.
Yeah.
But yeah, right there on the wall was a picture of Jesus on the cross with a beard.
There are Pentecostal denominations that you have to shave every day or you're in sin. That's ridiculous.
You ain't clean cut, you're going to hell.
If your hair ain't short.
I ain't got to worry about that though.
And those are things you have absolutely no business judging somebody over whatsoever. How they look, how they dress. It ain't none of your little cotton picking business. That's for them to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
The way I look, the way I dress, that's me. So let's get that right clear right now. And so this, and two, this is also, here's the other thing. Back when the apostles were around, they were tight knit. They didn't have all these different denominations, et cetera, et cetera. There was gatherings within their own. They knew each other very well. That's a whole heck of a lot different than today. And so let me bounce back to that, because when it's talking about, for instance, the son that had an affair with his father's wife. And Paul even goes to state, for obvious things. The whole town knew about it. The whole town was talking about it. That is when first you pull them aside, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, they're publicly displaying their sin. Now, let's look at 2,225. Okay? 2,125. There's 25 different churches. You don't know who goes to what church.
Mm-hmm.
You are not tight with your neighbor.
Nope.
Okay? And if there's a rumor going around and you happen to hear it, oh, so-and-so sleeping with so-and-so. Number one, ain't none of your business. They ain't part of your group. You don't know them. Okay? Paul was talking about an obvious thing, and everybody knew it. Everybody was speaking about it, but nobody was correcting the boy. I say boy.
It was also a confirmed fact, not rumor or speculation.
Correct. In this modern world, the way it is, you ain't got no right going up to somebody because you think they're cheating or whatever. Paul was not talking about that. He was not talking about becoming a busybody. Okay? It was not, you're not supposed to be on your guard looking for sin. Or the watchman on the wall. All right? Get over that nonsense. Totally different culture, totally different circumstances. That's Paul writing. Now, if you have a couple that are friends, and you're tight friends, and you know for a fact one of them's cheating on the other one, should you take action? That's a different story. So, and exactly right. Who are you to judge someone else's servant to their own master? Servants stand or fall, and they will stand, for the Lord is able to make them stand. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. It is none of your business what your neighbor 2 blocks down is doing. Nor was that ever Paul's intention. This was an entirely different circumstance. And that's what y'all need to get over with. And just like with Jesus, Jesus was not going around and judging people. All right. All right. What's he say about Seventh-day Adventists is this? Okay? It's not your responsibility to make sure they're in church on Sunday, Saturday, or Friday, or rain day. It's not your responsibility to think less of a person because that person does not go to church. That's their business, not yours. Well, I'm worried about your soul. Now I'm going to point you right to.
It's kind of like that neighboring county that finally started allowing liquor sales and all that. And everyone's like, all the people on Sunday, don't go to them restaurants that serve the devil's booze. But Monday through Saturday, where are they at?
And back to what I was saying before I had a coughing fit. Then I'm going to point you right back to the song. Pagans are going down to Texas and listen to that song, and that'll get you corrected. All right. I'll correct the religion right out of you. CJ barely paid attention to it.
It was the tail end of the song when I hopped into the Jeep.
All right. And when we do have to make a judgment, it should be for restoration. Once again, I'm not talking about crime that's being committed, folks. Okay? Call 911. Pure, plain, simple. Take notes, take down description, put his butt in jail.
Here, this is an example. Well, this is what we're hitting on, baby.
It ain't none of their cotton picking, stinking business. That's what I think. Last time I checked, Jesus came to save the world. Did he fail? And I know religious people got all sorts of comebacks to that. But guess what? Every knee will bow. And that's not a forceful bow. Get that out of your head. All of that is designed to keep you in line. We feel, or I should say, y'all Christians feel that you've got every righteous right to judge, and you use it harshly to batter people and all that. Everything Jesus did, it was with an eye towards restoration. Jesus was not harsh to the sinners. He was harsh to the Pharisees of the system of Yahweh. That's who he is harsh towards. To that system that was not endorsed by the heavenly Abba Father in any way, shape, or form. All right? Okay. I guess we need that there.
Disclaimer.
Call 911. Put him in jail. All right.
The things we have to do because we're online.
Okay. Protect yourself. Be safe. All right.
But don't be one of those righteous judging Christians that be like, you're not dressed how the Lord wants you dressed, you sinner.
Or that judges me because of my sports cars. And neither one did it come because people donate me money. Okay? Let's get that straight. All right.
You know another good example of righteous judging? If you like the YouTube video, press the like button. That's righteous judging.
Hey, if y'all like the video,
Press the thumbs down button. That's fine too.
You're not gonna hurt my feelings. I get negative comments every day, 300,000 times a day. I do not care. And when it's too ridiculous, I just trash it because it gets ridiculous. Just like this one fellow that I was talking about. You think that God will give you something? Yes, I do. He certainly arranged it. All right. I wouldn't have even known about that Corvette if the Holy Spirit hadn't nudged that manager to say something.
Well, let's also face it. Based on the live, when you talked about going to the dealership and you said, I need to be with you to behave, you prophetically spoke this purchase that's far back as that because, again, you went without me. So, in a way, you prophetically spoke it in your own way.
I done good.
Next time, you better take me to the dealership with you so I can pick you up and carry you away like you said to.
No, because I wouldn't have the Corvette.
Because you didn't see my meme where I was like, hey, hey, come here. Hey, what'd I say? No. Hey, look at me. Hey, what'd I say? No.
No, that was an entirely different salesman. Had nothing to do with.
They tag teamed you, bro. That's what he's saying. They tag teamed you.
There wasn't no need to tag me because, gosh darn, you give me a Corvette that was in good shape for a very reasonable price.
But again, you couldn't have even looked at the price tags of that Wrangler or that Gladiator for me.
I'm not interested in no Wrangler or Gladiator.
Knowing you have a bro.
You're closer to the dealership any day of the week than I am most times.
Nah, you go to Millsboro. You go to Millsboro way out more often than I do.
Look, if I went right back to that dealership when I go get my new tires put on, and they got another Corvette that's in as good shape as this one for $5,000, I only come up with $5,000 to get me another one.
You want your wife to marry you, don't you?
I have to tear down the dog pen to have a place to put it. All right. So, did we nail this on the head? Y'all got any questions, statements, comments?
Let's be honest. The car salesman always wins. Your goal is to feel like you won too.
My goal, if I move the dial and get it a little cheaper, I done something. All right. Any questions, statements, comments? Is everybody happy?
Does everyone now understand? Don't judge based on appearance, looks, teeth missing, tattoos, blue hair, beards.
No, that's not judgment. Get over it, Eric.
Eric, just think Tony almost got into a hybrid.
No, there was no even close to that.
That's your story.
Trust me, I didn't even get close to that thing. Well, I'm going to get close to it. I was stopped. And then he come out. What's wrong?
That's a hybrid.
You take that thing back. Join the club, Peggy. Join the club.
We meet on Mondays and Tuesdays on YouTube at 6 o'clock.
All right. If there's no other statements, comments, questions, comments. A good way we used to say, worry about the grass on your own side. Don't worry about somebody else's grass. All right. Be blessed
Be healed.
and be a blessing.
Love y'all.